Why do new entrepreneurs fail so often? You've often heard about entrepreneurs failing at their first, their second, their third business. What I want to do here is talk to Mr. Adrian Hernandez, who has always been an entrepreneur, in my opinion, and talk about some of the traits and features that new entrepreneurs bring that often causes failure. And actually, I want to focus on the last 5 years. We had a lot of real estate gurus come out and talk about this or that starting in 2020. I want to focus on that group of folks and talk about why lots of them are blowing up right now. Adrian, you've been in the game a long time. You've been an entrepreneur for even a longer time. Curious, what are some of the things you've seen in these folks that are blowing up?
Yeah. I see that they go faster than they come, right? I think that's the first thing I see. Sorry, I'm gonna throw in a little joke. If this one was muted and you were not listening, you would think I have Tourette's. Like I just realized that, like at the beginning when I got off. No, but on a serious note, I believe that there success is this is a long game. This is not a sprint. And those that sprint typically tear a hamstring and they're out of the race, very soon. So what I see goes wrong, and what I see where entrepreneurs fail is that they see these gurus that got this overnight success, and they think that's for them and that they can do the same thing, and they chase it. And like you've said before, Zuber, there are unicorns in the marketplace, but some of those unicorns don't last because they don't set it up right. They don't set it up right. They either change focus. If you catch two rabbits, you're bound to catch none. And I think that there are too many people chasing too many rabbits.
Yeah, the big thing that I see in these entrepreneurs that are blowing up right now is they had tremendous timing, right? Getting started in 2020, 21, 22, it was really hard to lose money in real estate. In fact, I might tell you most people it's impossible. And thus they just doubled and tripled down, and they didn't understand that real estate has cycles. And they didn't understand 05, 06 was just like 2020 and 21. So they weren't prepared, even though guys like me scream for the hills, stop what you're doing, buy better, stop doing these, doing all these apartment deals. You're just going to hurt people. And they just wouldn't listen because they looked at their 2-year track record against my 20-year track record and said, you don't get it, boomer. I'm different. So they don't listen. They didn't realize they just had good timing and the tide rose all boats. And I say this with full humility. I did the same exact thing in the stock market. I took 7 measly grand, turned it into almost 200 grand, and then lost it all. So I'm not trying to be the guy that, doesn't have the same scar. I was just telling you the scar's coming, and they didn't listen. And now they have these gashing wounds, and some of them are bankrupt. Some of them are going to go to jail. And it didn't have to happen, but, I guess they had to learn their own lesson.
They did, and those that followed are learning the lesson also, right? You have a lot of people that got scammed in 2021, 22, right? That's now starting to resurface. I can't count how many courses that you would be able to find on Instagram that are no longer around, that brought zero value to the consumer. And there was a lot of just clout chasing. To your point, timing was everything, yes. However, that doesn't mean that everyone needed to jump on that bandwagon. And, I would lie to say if we did it for a while, I did for a while. I kind of saw it. I hopped on the bandwagon, and then I started to take a look around, and I realized, like, hold on, there's something going on here, right? And we can see it today. We can see it today. So another key thing that I see is not, yes, they get the timing right, and then they become this, they blow up and then they don't, right? And then you have all these people behind them that were following that. So the next point on how I see why young entrepreneurs fail is that they follow they follow the trends too often, and they forget their core business. They forget what they were doing. And I can't count how many entrepreneurs are not in the game anymore because they chased everything. They were a social media blogger. They were a podcaster. They were a coach. They were, they did everything. And now they're back to doing the one thing they were doing before they started doing that.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you're an entrepreneur and you're let's be clear. A lot of people got in the game 2020 and 21 were just simply chasing money and chasing stuff. because money was everywhere and seemingly everybody was winning. Um, and what's really interesting, again, kind of stepping back as the old guy in the room, you can see a couple of people do a couple of things and then they create this course around it, like Airbnb arbitrage. Remember when that was a thing?
Like huge.
It was huge. And again, the whole idea is you were selling to people with no money, right? Oh, do this, go lease an apartment, buy, IKEA furniture, and, bingo, bango, you're a millionaire. And not only, like, there's one person I heard from Rob from Robuilt who's now, going to jail because of what he did in this area. But the problem is he had thousands of people following him, and now all of them are in trouble and in hurting. And, people got to really step back and realize, age or wisdom was worth a lot. And maybe you don't need to, follow the hottest thing at the moment. Maybe step back and look for wisdom somewhere else.
So good. So good. And to that point is to have patience in the game and understand that it's not going to happen overnight, and it's going to take 10 years. It's going to take 15 years. For some of you, it's going to take 20 years. Your journey, the road in which you have to take to get where you want to go is much different than Zuber's. It's much different than mine. It's much different than anybody that you will hear out there and or talk to. So another thing is I believe that too many people saw other people's journey and try to make it their own.
Yeah.
And that's where you go wrong. You guys, I'm not saying this for words. I'm saying this out of experience because
yes.
I've done it. Like, I did it. I remember going down that road, and then I would look back at my business and I'm like, hold on, how did we do less deals this year than we did last year? Oh, I know why, because the owner wasn't there, right? He was too busy having a camera guy following him around, right? So you got to, and this is real, again, me speaking here, right? I had to go through it. And then I saw, no, what's the core? The core is your business. The core is what you've been doing since you were 20 years old, Adrian. Let's get back to doing that. And then what happens when I do that? 5X, 10X. The success leaves clues, guys. Stop following the wrong clues.
Yeah, when I think about, the entrepreneurs that are blowing up now, one of the things that really struck me as crazy, but I heard it so often, is I'll just make more money. Like expenses didn't matter, right? Just, I have $70,000 a month in family expenses. I'll just make more money.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you seriously signing up to have to make $100,000 a month, every month, or you're going backwards?
Right.
That's insane, especially as a new entrepreneur. Let me just tell you, expenses matter. Don't get over your skis because the market will smash you.
100%. And again, following trends, right? I can't count how many G-Wagons there were on my Instagram feed that I no longer see on my Instagram feed.
Yeah. There's a lot of G-Wagons back at used car lots. That's for sure. That's crazy. But the other thing about entrepreneurs failing is I think a lot of them got in it for the wrong reason. They got in for the money and because they perceived it as quick and easy, which it was for a minute. You didn't have a passion. You didn't have a burning desire. You just wanted to be rich to be rich. And if you're going to be an entrepreneur, there will be hard days. And if you don't have that strong enough why, you'll be washed out the second the hard comes, because it's coming.
That was it right there. This was, the Joe D finger snap. That was it, because that's really what it was. They didn't get into this because it was something they wanted to do. 99.9% of them, right? The 1% are still around. That's why 1% of the agents do majority of the deals, right? So to your point, Zuber, I don't even have any words for that. Like, that's just nail right. Like, just snap dab. Everybody wanted to get it because it was fast. It was fast cash, and I can buy the gold chain tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Quick money, not get rich for sure. Get rich quick is always the thing. So let's talk about some entrepreneurs or investors. Really the same to me. Again, you got to manage your expenses, right? That was the crazy thing, is they were blind to their expenses. Like, how many people woke up one day and said, "Oh my God, I have $100,000 a month in overhead."
Right.
Like, how do you let that happen?
And that's just not real estate. We're talking about also like e-commerce. I can't count how many friends I knew, people that I knew that went and got Amex cards, not even under their name, to go run their Amazon store with $50,000-$60,000 in charges for a month.
Yes.
Like, that's absurd. So yes, to your point, like, you guys, and same thing with marketing. You would go to a real estate event and you would hear spend $30,000 on PPC, and everybody would run to the back of the room, sign up for this PPC company, put $30,000 on a credit card. Now, could it work? Yes, it could work. But here's my question: what happens when it doesn't?
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out. Again, I think it's just when I think, when I think about the entrepreneurs that are busting out right now, they weren't disciplined, because running a business is like discipline, right?
Yeah.
They were always focused on income. They weren't focused on cash flow. Cash flow is what killed. Like, cash flow is blood, right? If your blood stops circulating, you die.
Right.
And a lot of people, I've known people that quote unquote made a lot of money, but the cash flow wasn't there and they still went bankrupt because the expense were paid before the income was received.
Yep.
Just how it happens.
Yep. They really didn't look at it as a business. They were gambling.
Yeah.
And I think you've said that before, right?
They
were gambling. There was no strategy. The strategy was whatever they heard on stage.
And it changed. Yeah. 3 rabbits, right? Yeah.
Yep. And that strategy changed every seminar. It always changed, right? The strategy always changed because there was always something new to buy, which was the problem. And so, you guys, for those of you young entrepreneurs listening, just understand this is a long-term game. This is a long game. This is a marathon. Do not sprint. The faster you sprint, the more out of breath you get. And then you got to stop and take a break. And then those that were steady, keep going. Yeah. There's a great story. I don't have this story, but I want to encourage all of you to Google it. It's a story about the the tortoise and the hare. Yep. And Tony Robbins tells this story, and it's not to be the tortoise and it's not to be the hare. It's learn how to be both.
I will look that up. Yeah. It's really funny to me, again, as somebody who's gone on a recent health journey, it's the same thing, right? You don't get healthy in a weekend, right? You don't get 6-pack abs from doing 100 or 1,000 sit-ups on Saturday. You just get sore, right? And, you've got to change. You've got to do the diet. You've got to do, move the body. You got to do all these things. And it takes time. I know you want it. I know you want to be rich. I know you want to flash the G-Wagon and the Rolex and get on the private jet and do all these things. But it's a process. It's a journey. Enjoy the journey of becoming who you can become, and then get there, right? It is, as opposed to winning a lottery ticket and just burning cash.
So true. So good.
Yeah. Adrian, this is a lot of fun, man. If somebody wanted to follow you or check out what you're doing, what do they do?
Guys, follow me on Instagram at Adrian Hernandez. When you said that, I wrote that down. So you know what I remember? I remember recently, her name is totally blanking right now. The woman entrepreneurs. You know who I'm talking about.
Cody Sanchez.
She says if the flex is you getting on a jet, you've done it wrong.
Yes, I heard that too. That was good.
That?
Yes.
And she said it about the car too. She goes, if your flex is your car, it goes to show you what a little
little man you are.
What of a little man you are. And I never got slapped so hard in the face by Cody Sanchez than in that video. And I was like, holy shit, right? So
did she just say that out loud?
And she just said that out loud. And how true is that, right? Because the flex is not that. The flex is you with your family, the peace of mind, right? The fact that you stood in the game for 20, 30 years when everyone else got out and you stood in, right? That's the flex, not the jet.
Couldn't agree with that anymore, man. At the end of the day, I do think 2026, because of what's going on in the Iran area and oil and interest rates and all that stuff, we're going to have one more hard year in real estate. Lots of people are going to be washed out, but the tide will turn. It will turn. So just stick to your guns, keep plodding forward, and it will get better from here. Adrian, you're amazing, buddy. Take care.
Appreciate you guys.